Okay, in this video we're going to be talking about a router table. With router, this router table was $30. Yep, that was a Craigslist find. I got some off some guy living in a trailer down in Pinellas Park, Florida. But he didn't need it anymore, and I definitely did. Why was it $30? Well, I suspect part of the reason it was 30 bucks is this is not a particularly good router table. There are some problems with it. And it actually had a product safety recall. Why? Because the throat plates, which you'll notice is not here, are made of plastic. They didn't secure very well, and they'd get into the router bit, get flung around, and spit parts of plastic at people's faces. That is not something you really want in a power tool. You know, things being thrown at your face. But those throat plates are long gone on this one, and you can't get replacements. The other problem is, you look down here, see this ring adjusts your height. You got a clamp in the back, you loosen that, and you can adjust the height of your router. You'll notice that on this one, it moves really nice and smoothly. That's because I took the whole thing apart and I had to sand down the actual body of the router itself so that the ring would spin, because they made the ring ever so slightly too tight, and so it would bind on people all the time, which is what I suspect this guy wanted rid of the thing for. It was a piece of crap. I took it apart, I took my DA sander, and I think some like 120 grit paper, and I went around it for about a half hour, sanding it down, smoothing it until the ring would spin freely. But other than that, it does work really well now that it's fixed. The other thing I did was I took off the plastic base plate of the router and mounted the router directly to the router table, because that gave me some more adjustment depth with the bits. And speaking of bits, yes, this is once again another thing I bought used. I bought this set of router bits. This router bit came with the router table, but this rest of this, only one of them had ever been used. I found them in a pawn shop, and I paid, I think, $20 or $25 for them, and I got those out of Tampa, right out by USF. So I drive a lot to get my tool bargains for cheap. But this set of router bits here, brand new at Home Depot right now, because they still sell it, is $50. So I got it for half off because I was willing to do a little bit of legwork, and I'm willing to shop around on numerous used tool sites, Craigslist, Facebook, Goodwill stores, wherever I can find things. I also go to Habitat for Humanity stores, wherever I can go, and I look for the best deals. I always know what the things that I'm looking for cost, so I don't overpay. And once again, I paid half what the new cost was on this, but considering that it was brand new, I still consider that a good deal, even though that's above my normal 1/3 threshold on price. I'm not actually going to demonstrate this one today, because it takes a fair amount of setup, and it isn't the easiest router table in the world to set up because of the way this works. Also, because the fan here spits up a lot of dust at you, goes in your face, and there is a plate on the back that you can mount a hose fitting, but I don't have the hose fitting so that I can use my my shop vac with it, and it just winds up making a huge mess, as you can probably see on the floor here, if you can see it. But for 30 bucks, if you can work with it, and I can, and I've been able to make some really nice things with it, this is another example of where you can get a tool that'll serve a function but isn't that great, and you can buy it cheap. Now, of course, if you're a professional, go buy a good one. Go buy something from Bosch or someone. Go spend $200-300 on a router table, and go spend some serious cash on bits from Festool or Rockler or whoever you're buying your bits from. Go spend $50 on one router bit. But as for me, I can't justify the expense. I will never use this thing enough to ever pay back that kind of cost. So just be aware when you do these things. You do have to be aware of your own personal safety, and I do just that. I wear 2 layers of hearing protection, eye protection, and I also wear a mask when I'm using anything that creates that much sawdust. to try to minimize the health effects that these tools can have on you. Anyway, that's my review for today, and have a nice day.